They called her the Silent Queen, Elira of Thalorien, a ruler who never lifted a sword, never raised her voice, and yet won a war that should have destroyed her kingdom. It began with whispers, enemies gathering, forging pacts in the shadows, plotting to take her throne. Generals warned her, advisors begged her to build armies, but Elira simply smiled and wrote letters. Not ordinary letters, coded emissives written in inks that vanished under moonlight, messages carried by ravens trained to fly through storms. Every word a trap, a test, a seed of doubt planted in the minds of her enemies. Her spies slipped into rival courts like ghosts, eavesdropping on war councils, replacing messages, turning allies against each other with carefully crafted lies and carefully curated truths. While kingdoms sharpened blades, she sharpened information. And in the world of kings, information was deadlier than steel. Months passed. Lines were drawn. Armies marched toward her borders, confident, united, unstoppable. Or so they believed. When they reached her gates, banners rising like a black tide, Queen Elira stood upon her tower, unarmed, unmoved. Below her, the enemy commanders raised their fists, ready to attack. And then the horns sounded. But not from Elira's walls, from the forests behind the invaders, from the cliffs along the valley, from the ridges overhead. Armies emerged, but not hers, the very allies her enemies trusted, now turning against them. Because while swords were drawn on the battlefield, Elira had been fighting a different war, a silent war of letters, secrets, and fragile loyalties. The invaders realized too late they weren't attacking a queen, they were stepping into a web she had spun around them. Surrounded, betrayed, outmaneuvered without a single arrow loosed, Elira raised one hand, not to strike, but to signal the end. And the enemy forces laid down their weapons, defeated not by armies, but by the mind of a queen who never needed one. Thus ended the silent war, won without bloodshed, by a ruler who proved the sharpest weapon is a well-kept secret.